Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder, as we closed out the June season, it came down to Gravedigger taking on Dragonoid in the finals, and it was all Gravedigger taking home the checkered flag to close out the June season. He currently carries the checkered flag to kick off the July season. We'll see if he can hang on to it.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new season right here on Thursday Night Thunder. And if you're new here, be sure to smash that like button and crush that subscribe button, because we have got 16 of MTA's baddest monster trucks ready to turn it up for you fans right here to kick off the July season. There you see the Gravedigger currently holding the checkered flag. He came into this season as champion. However, we have got a star-stellar lineup for you fans right here tonight. A lot of new rookies are making their debuts, and a lot of old-time veterans are willing to stake their claim in the Thunder Series. We're jumping over to round one action here to kick off the July season and looking at round one matchups. Up first, we have got Prowler taking on Iron Outlaw, then Air Force will take on Overkill, followed by Midnight Rider taking on Wildfoot, and then to close out the first half of round one, Bigfoot takes on Reptoid, and it looks like Monster Mutt Husky will get first crack at the champion Gravedigger here tonight. And up first, the Crazy Cat, Jason Wolk and Prowler, back on Thunder yet again, the two-time champion. He is set now to take on Jamie Hurd out of Tonganoxie, Kansas in the Iron Outlaw Ford Expedition. He had a pretty good run last season. He's looking to get his first Thursday Night Thunder Championship this season. Now he draws up against Jason Wolk and Prowler, who we haven't seen out here in quite some time. Boat truck stage as we kick off the July season. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. They're hanging even up and over no man's land here. And looks like Hurd got a little out of shape going across the last set of cars. Your winner, the Crazy Cat, Jason Wolk and Prowler. We'll see him back for round two competition. A tough break there for Jamie Hurd here in round one. Now up next here in round one competition, we have got none other than the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, returning in the Air Force monster truck. Now set to take on a newcomer, Gavin Waddle, in the Extreme Overkill. The Ford now staged in the 4-lane. We'll see what the old rookies got for us here in round one, taking on the Iceman, who did a little R&D on the Air Force monster truck. It's back, and he says it's better than ever. We're about to find out here tonight in round one. Stage now, there's the green light. Boat trucks make a good start down the straight stretch, up and over no man's land, and Skipper, the Air Force, is making a comeback here in round one of the July season. Jeffrey Skipper laying down a quick time pass, but give it up for the rookie in the far lane, Gavin Waddle. Overkill was right there with him. Now next up here in round one, kicking off the July season, Justin Lamb got his first Thunder win last season. He's back again in Midnight Rider, now set to take on another newcomer, Brandon Copeland in the Wildfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri. We haven't seen Wildfoot in quite some time, and who knows, the rookie might get Team Wildfoot its first Thunder championship right here tonight. But Justin Lamb and Midnight Rider is known to be bad fast. Who's going on to round two? There's a green light. Rider got him off the line. Up and over the cars. Wildfoot had him, but something went wrong with Wildfoot. It looked like the truck may have just shut off there after no man's land. Your winner, Justin Lamb and Midnight Rider. Wildfoot a tough break. I don't know if it's an electrical issue, but Wildfoot is on the trailer. Hopefully the team will get it back for next week. However, next up, out of Pacific, Missouri, downtown Mitch Brown, the former six-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, and Bigfoot now set to take on Cam Smith. We saw him earlier this year in Reptoid. He's looking to come back with a vengeance here in the July season in the Reptoid machine. He's got a bad bow tie motor underneath that truck. He is ready to rock and roll against Mitch Brown in the Ford. Bigfoot here in the near lane. Both trucks are staged. Who's going to round two? Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. Reptoid got him up the line downtown. Mitch Brown coming back, turned it over. And Cam Smith, he may have just outran Mitch Brown and Bigfoot going across the finish line. Mitch Brown lost it there over that last set of cars, turned the truck over. Let's go back down to an MTA replay. Right here off the line, Cam Smith had him out, but Mitch Brown put the hammer down to the Bigfoot Ford. Lost it right there over that last set of cars. Rocked up and across the line there. Your winner, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot on a rollover. What a race it was. However, next up in round one, a newcomer to the scene out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, Tyler Medley in Stone Crusher, now set to take on Pop Steve Jones in the Chevrolet MTA in the far lane. The truck has never raced out here on the MTA circuit. You guys might be familiar with the older MTA truck. We'll see what he's got. Two newcomers to the Thunder scene here tonight in the July season. Here's the green light. Ford and Chevrolet down the straight stretch. They're hanging even up and over the first jump. And Pop Steve Jones will get the win in the MTA Chevrolet in the far lane. And it looks like Tyler Medley lost it there on that set of cars. Turned the truck over. A tough break for the Virginia boy. And next up here in round one, Mike Blanford, the old outlaw himself, one-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, now draws up against Zach George and Titan, the Chevrolet ready to go in round one competition. Zach George, he knows what it takes to take on all the top dogs on Thursday Night Thunder. He has yet to get a Thunder victory. He wants to change that here tonight. Ford versus Chevrolet here in round one. Titan takes on the Outlaw. Who's going to round two now? Down the straight stretch they go. Hanging even up and over the cars. And Outlaw will get the win over the Titan Chevrolet. Mike Blanford put the hammer down. He says it's going to take 10 Chevrolets to beat that Ford. And he may be right here tonight. And next up in round one competition, the old veteran himself, Bradley Graham in the Clydesdale Chevrolet, a former 5-time Thunder champion, now set to take on maybe an old arch rival, Ethan Medlin, Max D. Ice. Now these two have been known to throw a couple of jabs at each other over on the MTA Facebook page. Be sure to check our link in the description and go to that page and join in on the competition here. But Clydesdale takes on Max D. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. Medlin's hanging right there up and over the cars, and Medlin just barely lost out. He got crossed up and tanked the bus stack in the center of the track, giving Bradley Graham and Clydesdale the Chevrolet the win here in round one. Medlin was right there with them the whole time. Tough break, but Clydesdale does move on. However, as we close out round one, Matthew Riley, the 2020 Summer Heat Shootout champion, Monster Mutt Husky, he will get first crack at Mike Canzonery, now a one-time and current Thursday Night Thunder champion at a Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Gravedigger. He staged over in the far lane. Let's see what the Mutt's got for the Digger here in round one. Both trucks staged at the line. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. Looks like Riley got it, but Digger's coming back and turns it over, does Matthew Riley and Monster Mutt. And the Gravedigger gets the win, carrying the checkered flag in the round two competition. A tough break. Riley was giving it all he had here in round one competition. And ladies and gentlemen, as exciting as round one was, we still got round two and more yet to come. Bigfoot, Gravedigger, and Clydesdale are still in this thing here tonight. Who's going to walk away as champion? We're about to find out after the break. Round two's coming up next. Be sure to crush that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll be back after the break. What's going on, MTA fans? If you're looking to get in on the action right here on the MTA YouTube channel, look no further. I'm about to tell you guys just how you can sign up to get in one of these races. Head over to the link in our description, and that's going to take you right over to our Facebook page where we hold registration for all of the MTA events. And hey, while you're there, crush that subscribe button. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with everything that MTA is doing. From new custom truck builds to special events and giveaways, you don't want to miss any of the great action MTA has to offer. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll catch you guys down the road. Back here now on Thursday Night Thunder to kick off round two competition. Round one definitely had its bangers, but right now we kick off round two. Prowler takes on Air Force. Midnight Rider will take on Bigfoot. Then we're going to see MTA take on the Outlaw. Then Clydesdale will take on the Gravedigger to wrap up round two. But up first, we have got Jeffrey Skipper, the Iceman, bringing back Air Force. The team did a lot of R&D after the June season. The truck appears to be running good here to kick off the July season. He draws up against the Crazy Cat, Jason Wilkin Prowler, a former two-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. It's great to see the Crazy Cat back in action right here on Thunder. He now takes on the Iceman in the far lane. Who's going to semifinals? There's the green light down the straight stretch. Both trucks make a good start up and over the cars, and Skipper letting it all hang out in the Air Force monster truck in the far lane. He let that bad boy fly over no man's land, getting the win over Prowler here in round two. And up next here in round two competition, Downtown Mitch Brown returning, the former six-time Thunder champion, and Bigfoot now set to take on Justin Lamb, an old teammate, a one-time Thunder champion, got his first big win last season. He wants to do it again here tonight. kicking off the July season. Midnight Rider looked strong in round 1. Bigfoot, however, turned the truck over. The crew's got it back here in round 2. Who moves on to semifinals? Midnight Rider and Bigfoot. Bigfoot got him up the line, up and over the cars, and what a race it is! Oh my word, what a race! Both these drivers letting it all hang out, and it may be just the old teammate rivalry. Bigfoot and Midnight Rider. I don't know who won this thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down to an MTA replay. Right here off the jump, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot got the Midnight Rider off the line. But watch Justin Lamb put the horsepower down. Right here, flying up and over the cars. Bigfoot with a smooth pass. Coming across the finish line. Your winner, Downtown Mitch Brown and Bigfoot. But it wasn't by much. Nonetheless, he does move on in the semifinal competition. But next up, we've got Pop Steve Jones returning in the MTA Chevrolet, now set to take on Mike Lanford in the Outlaw Ford, a former one-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. Now, these two know each other personally and over on the MTA Facebook page, so this one is clearly for bragging rights. The Ford in the far lane, the Chevrolet in the near lane, two Virginia boys gonna throw it down in round 2 down the straight stretch. They're even up and over the cars. MTA gets crossed up and almost tagged the Outlaw in the other lane. MTA going all the way to the wall there. What a race, but Pops almost got into Lanford there, coming across the finish line. You see him backing it up. Maybe something broke on the truck and sent him over in the other lane. Nonetheless, Mike Lanford and Outlaw is your winner. And next up to close out round 2, Mike Canzoneri and the Gravedigger coming back here in round 2. He is now set to take on Thunder veteran Bradley Graham, returning in the Clydesdale Chevrolet. He would want nothing more than to get championship number 6. It's eluded him for so long. He would want nothing more than to get that championship flag on the back of the Clydesdale, but Canzoneri isn't going to let it go without a fight. Two Chevys about to go down in round 2 down the straight stretch they go. They're hanging even up and over the cars here, and it looks like Clydesdale gets the win over the Gravedigger. But give it up to Mike Canzoneri and Gravedigger. He was hanging with them, bobbled up there in no man's land, but Bradley Graham and Clydesdale does move on to semifinal competition, so we will crown a new checkered flag holder here to kick off the July season. Now as we look at the semifinal matchups, and up first we have got Jeffrey Skipper, the Iceman, bringing back Air Force for semis to take on Downtown Mitch Brown in the Bigfoot Ford. Over on the other side of the bracket, Mike Lanford and the Outlaw will take on Bradley Graham and Clydesdale, a Ford versus Chevrolet matchup you don't want to miss. And up first in semis, the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, a former 6-time champion, we said it before, takes on another 6-time champion, Downtown Mitch Brown in Bigfoot. One of these guys is going on to the finals and getting one step closer to a 7th Thursday Night Thunder championship. Who's it going to be? Who do you got your money on? Will it be Bigfoot? Or is it going to be the Air Force? Who goes on to the finals? Stays at the line. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch to go. Bigfoot's pulling a lead, but Skipper's coming back on him. Oh my word, what a race. Both of them trying to shut it down. Mitch Brown tags another truck over there in the shutdown area. Both these drivers letting it all hang out here to kick off the July season. We have got to figure out who won the race because both trucks came across the finish line identically. Was it the Iceman or Downtown Mitch Brown? We're going back to take a look. Down the straight stretch, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot may have had a slight lead, but watch Jeffrey Skipper flying high through no man's land. Gets a little crossed up, but coming across the finish line. Ooh, that's close, ladies and gentlemen, but MTA officials are giving the Iceman and the Air Force the victory here in semifinals. Comment down below if you think the MTA officials gave that race a fair shake, judging that finish line tie. And next up here in semis, Bradley Graham returning in Clydesdale. The Chevrolet rocking and rolling here tonight, but so is Mike Lanford, the former one-time champion, bringing Outlaw to the starting line. And what a classic matchup, reminiscing from the old TNT days. The Clydesdale taking on Outlaw here in semifinal competition on Thunder, who meets Air Force in the finals. Down the straight stretch they go. They're hanging even up and over the cars, and we got a race. Lanford in trouble. Clydesdale gets the win. Looks like Outlaw lost it there on that last set of cars. Turned the truck into the wall, and Bradley Graham and Clydesdale will take the Chevrolet into the finals. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up the semifinals here on Thunder. It's come down to final time. Clydesdale, the Chevrolet, Bradley Graham will take on the Air Force monster truck with Jeffrey Skipper behind the wheel. We're going to find out who takes home Week 1's checkered flag. But first, I want to remind you that coming up on July 30th, right here on the MTA YouTube channel, the All-American Throwdown coming back for 32 trucks and drivers to go head-to-head in the Diecast racing competition, all to become the All-American Throwdown Champion. Again, July 30th, a race you don't want to miss, but now it's time to crown Week 1 of the July season Thunder Champion. It's final time, ladies and gentlemen, and introducing first is Jeffrey Skipper, the Iceman, a former 6-time Thunder Champion, looking good in the Air Force Monster Truck all night, now set to take on Bradley Graham, the former 5-time Thunder Champion, in the Clydesdale Chevrolet. Both of these drivers are seasoned veterans on the MTA circuit. This one is going to be a matchup of all ages. Will Jeffrey Skipper get victory number 7, or is Bradley Graham getting victory number 6? Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime here on Thunder. Down the straight stretch they go. They're hanging even up and over the cars, and we got a race. Skipper's in the wall. Graham went on 2 wheels, and I'm not sure who won the race. Both drivers were giving it their all, and they both had their hiccups throughout that pass. Skipper put it into the wall, and Graham's all the way in Skipper's lane. What an amazing race here. Watch the replay. Down the straight stretch they go. Skipper has a slight lead on Clydesdale. Flying high over no man's land. Gets a little crossed up. Maybe the rear steer let go. Look at Graham in the far lane on 2 wheels. Here's the photo finish. Your winner is Bradley Graham in the Clydesdale. He will get his 6th Thunder Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me in congratulating Bradley Graham and Clydesdale. For the first time since episode 36, he is your Thursday Night Thunder Champion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look at the overall point standings to close out Week 1 of the July season, over at the lower half of the bracket, Reptoid, Wildfoot, Overkill, and Iron Outlaw hold the lower half of the gate closed with 30 points. Jumping over to the top half of the bracket with tonight's big win, Bradley Graham currently holds the lead with 60 points in Clydesdale. Second place belongs to the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, and Air Force with 50 points. Mike Lamford and Outlaw hold third place down with 45. Downtown, Mitch Brown and Bigfoot hold down fourth place with 45. And rounding out your top 5, Mike Canzoneri and Gravedigger with 35 points. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up Week 1 of the July season right here on Thursday Night Thunder. I hope you all had a great time. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. 'Cause it's about that.